What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers Live on a Friday. It is Friday, and it feels so good. And what feels good to have all of you here watching live, because if you're not watching live, you're already behind, and that is a known thing because we continue to keep putting out cash winners. And looking back at yesterday, talking about winners, Robbie and I had to actually delete the old recap screen when I came in to do this recap screen. And guess what? It was 2 check marks again. Robbie and I know for sure the last 2 weeks are cashing tickets, but the game last night, we will not speak of, but we did cash tickets in that game on this show, but also Coaching Company. Today on the show, we're going to give you our 12-pack of plays that get you through the entire weekend. We have plays from Friday all the way through Sunday. And then we're going to get to a saloon shot to end the show. But between there, we'll talk about the college football playoffs here right off the bat, as well as some NFL games that we're watching this weekend on Sunday. There's a lot happening. The NFL is getting loaded, and is honestly, there's so much happening between the divisional rival games that's taking place, the teams that are jockeying to get in the playoffs, out of the playoffs, and then the college football playoffs is literally on our doorstep. There's games that have so much up for grabs tonight with JMU, James Madison University, Tulane, North Texas. They're all looking to get in. They need a big win. We'll share exactly which team we think gets in. But let's go ahead and bring in the boys on my other side. Marky Motto, what up, man?
DG, Rob, listen, hey, as a non-Cowboys fan.
Shut up. I don't even want to hear it. We're not talking about it. This is not what we're doing. Just start the show.
I'm at least wearing my hat. Win, lose, or draw, I at least show up.
The good news is Sunday night's halftime show is not going to be you guys being depressed. You hopefully you'll already be on to something else. And
hey, you can't kill something that's already dead. We knew it was coming. I told y'all last night it was coming.
I 100%. And I said I will not get my hopes up or have any interest on them being good or a playoff team unless they win that game. They showed me who they were. And yeah, we did have an issue with CeeDee Lamb, and I that's going to be a big issue going forward with what happened to him. It looked a little dangerous.
Who's that?
All I know is Dallas fans need to shut up about the referees. We got 2 points given back to us, and they played awful. The referees did not lose us that game. Were there bad calls? Yes, but there were bad calls everywhere last night. So the referee blame needs to get out of here with a lot of Cowboys fans. We lost because our players didn't show up. Ferguson didn't show up, and Pickens didn't show up.
I'm going to double down because Pickens got called for an offensive pass interference call that he should have caught that would have cashed our Power 4 parlay for us last night. So, yeah,
there you go.
A little salty. Everything else hit.
Oh, yeah, the plus 2,000 parlay. All CD had to do was somehow keep grasp of that ball before he got his brain scrambled, and we would have cashed it too. But
does Dallas make the playoffs?
Shut up, Mark. They're not making the playoffs. Like, we know this. Like, it's understood. I'm not talking about it. I'm done talking about it. We're moving on.
You think next year they have a shot?
I'm not even going there. I never go there with the next year.
I
BS.
never do.
I am not that Cowboys.
We
fan.
suck every year. Why is there next year? Next year we suck too. Every year we suck.
Does Jerry Jones have a pulse? We're not going anywhere.
Yes.
All right.
What I will say about that game, there's too many penalties. All around. Like, there are so many penalties. Like, the game the game sucked just in general. Like, it was not a fun game. There was points put up, but it was not a game that I saw like, oh my God, this is enjoyable. There's two teams going at it. Mark, did you get that opinion on the outside, non-biased, like too many penalties, the flow, just everything looked off to you?
It definitely was a game that was out of sync. Yeah. Right. And I think especially when you have the number of penalties that we saw in that game, It does. It disrupts the flow on both sides. And when you're looking for a good game, a close competitive game, you need that flow to develop and let the teams kind of decide. I think we were very fortunate for seeing the number of points that we had in that game, especially with all the penalties. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, from a kicker guy, how the hell can you not get happy about both kickers putting up into the teens?
Why? Because I didn't play either one of them. And I said they're both stay away guys because the Lions never give up field goals, literally. Like they never do. And the Lions never kick field goals because they just never do. And then Aubrey goes out and once again shows why he is the best kicker in the game and decides to kick 17 field goals because Dak and the boys suck. They can't get into pay dirt. And so, yes, I am salty about all the game last night still because I was not enjoying Aubrey kicking field goals like a effing robot because that's what he does. I had to watch stupid Jake Bates and Amon-Ra St. Brown say he's ready to go 10 minutes before the game and Dudley Do-Right stop going for it on fourth downs and kick field goals. Like it doesn't make sense. I hated it. I'm done talking about it. Let's move on.
One last thing. Tony Dungy did nail it when it comes to officiating. There's 16 crews. 10 of them would have called that offensive pass interference. 4 of them would have called nothing. And then the other one was the dumbasses we got last night that called it on us. So that's where I stand too. It's bad officiating all across the league. They need some consistency, and it's got to be better. It's got to be better.
It does have to be better. All right, let's move on to the college football playoffs now that my entire day is ruined. Thanks again to everybody. My night was ruined. Now my day is ruined again. But let's talk about the college football playoffs, and let's have some fun with this one. Right now we're looking at, honestly, it's the top 12 teams, but there aren't 12 teams up there because we're still waiting on some conference champions who are outside of the top 12 rankings just in general. And so that's why you see what you see on the screen. And so looking at this, let me start with you first, Mark, because we do have Ohio State taking on Indiana in what all accounts, other than the SEC game between Georgia and Alabama. This is the absolute best game. It's Ohio State, Indiana. Do you think that if for some reason either Ohio State or Indiana lost this game, because one of them does have to lose, do they fall out of the top 4?
No. And I would almost I'm going to play the other side of that. This is the best game. This is the game with the 2 highest ranked opponents going out the Saturday. This is not going to be the best game simply because both of these teams are already in the college football playoffs. There is nothing left to fight for except for the national championship. And that's where all this focus is going to shift. I expect a very conservative, very safe, unenjoyable game, to be honest. Yeah, I just don't see do I think Ohio State wins? Yeah, because it's going to come down to possession, time of possession. Okay. And they have the ability to move the ball at will. Can Indiana hang close? Absolutely. I mean, they're number 2 in the country for a reason. All right. I'm not trying to take anything away from IU fans, but simply there's nothing left to play for. Why go out and risk everything in the last week of the regular season when you have the postseason now on your table?
Well, the great thing about this, and the reason I asked that, is because they are in a championship game, and they honestly get a bye if they win and they're in the top 4, or you know what? No matter what happens, win or lose, if they're in the top 4, they get a bye, and so they're in the championship game. They wouldn't have to play next week at that point. And so you would get a little bit of a rest, but let's say that one of those teams loses, they're up for that's a big issue because now you're having to play on a quicker turnaround against a team that's going to be really good for the most part. And at that point, you could be at a disadvantage, but we've seen it in the past.
I don't think either one of them drop beyond number 3. And that is solely dependent on what happens in the Georgia-Alabama game. There's so many moving parts to this top 4. It is a lot of fun trying to figure out and map this out. But we are looking at a bracket full of chaos right now. I mean, just a bracket full of chaos because there's so many what ifs. This happens. What if this team wins? Where do they fall? Where do they land? I'm here for it.
Okay. Well, let's go to that game, Georgia and Alabama. Alabama is ranked 9th. Georgia is 3, Robbie. It's the loser of this game because Georgia, if they lose, I think it's safe to say they're still in the top 12 no matter what, just because they're at that 3 spot. But talk more about Alabama. If they do lose, which obviously they're not even favored to be in this game, to win this game, they're at a +2.5. If they lose to Georgia, can they fall out of the top 12?
They should fall out of the top 12.
Wow.
Like Joe just said, Notre Dame being in is insane because Miami won head-to-head. You're telling me now head-to-head doesn't matter, which means everybody's going to schedule cupcakes because head-to-head doesn't matter.
Yep.
You've got the same record as Miami. You lost to Miami on a neutral site. Or was it? No, it was in Miami, I think. Either way, you lost, so they shouldn't be in. And Bama would then have 3 losses, correct? So that would actually put them – they shouldn't be in. This should be their do-or-die game. If they win, put them in. If they lose, they should be out. Miami, Texas, or Vandy. Oh, God, can't believe I said that out loud. Should be in.
Well, so I don't agree with that because when I look at this, I obviously see Oklahoma at 8. I see Ole Miss at 6. I see A&M at 7, just to name some SEC teams. Neither one of those 3 are playing in the championship game because if they were, they would be up for losing and potentially being out of the top 12 as well, because that would be another loss in the championship game that they don't have to play in. And so it's kind of safe for them to be in this playoffs. And so is that fair if you were to, I guess, discount this Alabama team if they lost to Georgia in the championship game?
Fair or not, that's just how it is. You got scheduled to play in the SEC title game. Notre Dame doesn't have to play anybody, no matter what their record would be. So, no, I don't think that matters. They still played similar teams, and this is just how it shook out. Bama chose to go to the SEC title game. It's their own fault.
All right. Well, we do have some important games we want to hit on, but before that, let's look at the top 25 at this. And so if you're looking at these teams, obviously you're seeing Oklahoma, they're at 8, Alabama at 9, Notre Dame 10. You don't see BYU, Miami, or even Texas. So 11, 12, 13 in this. And so, Mark, let me start with you. If you're looking at this number, who on the outside looking in has the best chance to actually get into the playoffs?
Looking at this list as it stands right now, I would say the only team really with the chance is BYU. I wouldn't even go any further. I think Miami – Miami had their chances all season long to put themselves in a position to win the ACC, and they're not there. So the fact that we're talking about a Miami team, possibly getting in because somebody else loses, it doesn't sit well with me. I think and I also agree, even though I'm a Notre Dame fan, Miami beat Notre Dame. The fact that they're not ranked higher is an issue. But I wouldn't go any further than 11.
Okay. All right. So if you're okay, so you're looking at BYU. Is there any team, Robbie, that you're saying, hey, this team actually has a good chance to really get in? Obviously, BYU does play a championship game. So if they were to take out Texas Tech, they're automatically in. That's understood. But that would mean that BYU could lose and still get in. I don't see how in the world that would be possible.
Yeah, no, if BYU loses, there should be no reason for them to get in. But I lean with Mark, again, with the whole Bama playing for the SEC title game. It's a committee problem. They put Notre Dame in, so this is the problem we're at because we have a stupid committee. A bunch of people don't even watch football probably. So that's my thing. But if BYU does beat Texas Tech, I don't have a problem with them getting put in because they beat one of the top 4s and they won their championship. But no, I lean with Mark as well, just because Miami, they didn't make their ACC championship game. So, yeah, tough. You should have won your games.
Yeah. And, Mark, any chance Penn State can still get in? No?
Yeah.
They did just hire a nice coach.
They did just hire – yeah, well, they're in the process of hiring a coach, which has been great. As I mentioned to both of you guys right before we came on the air, Penn State has been the best thing that happened to college football simply because everybody has gotten paid because of Penn State. You look at all the coaches that got raises and extensions and their contracts reworked. Yeah, Penn State became a powerhouse, a championship or bust school to now we're good school.
Yeah, for sure. And yes, Joe, I see that. I did have Penn State. They were a team that honestly had a really good chance. But I did say Oklahoma and Penn State were 2 teams that I really liked to be able to go, and they were good. Nobody else had Oklahoma, Joe. but me, number 8 right now, just so we're on the same page.
And I will say this. Me going with BYU is possibly the only team that has. They have to win. I mean,
Correct.
Yes.
Make no mistake about it. BYU's not getting in because of, Alabama loses.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay, so let's talk about this then. So, what is the floor team? And so you're looking at here, you have Alabama at 9, Notre Dame at 10. Notre Dame doesn't play. But then you have BYU who, if they win their championship game, they get in. That's understood. Mark, what's the floor here? There's zero chance that Miami, Texas, Vanderbilt, none of them can get into this playoffs. No matter what happens, whatever chaos ensues, there is little to zero chance that anyone from Miami down can get in.
I don't think the committee wants chaos. They can't have chaos, because if they have the chaos, then the argument is going to be made, why are we playing conference championship games then? Let's get this thing set. You gave us the final rankings, right? We've got the rankings here. Let's go with that, and then let's move forward and start looking at a postseason as opposed to conference championships. I think that that's the biggest dilemma that we have. As a result, I don't care what happens. I think if Alabama loses, they're still in. I just don't see, you can't penalize a team now for playing in a conference championship when you have a team like Notre Dame who is kicking back for this week, saying we're just going to watch and see where the chips fall.
Right. Yeah,
I think Alabama would have 3 losses. So I think anybody that has better than 3 losses should get in. Tough. It's the college football format's fault that you played in the championship. Wow. But I hope there's chaos all over the board, because I'm sick of the committee. I hope it's nothing but chaos. I'm pulling for BYU to win. I can't really pull for Bama. I won't pull for Bama.
That is so on brand for you, by the way. You just want chaos.
Just straight chaos.
I just want to watch it burn. That's all I want.
All right. Well, speaking of watching it burn, let's go ahead and talk about who gets in the 5th spot, because of right now we're looking at the different. It is obviously the Big Ten is going to have their champion in the SEC. Those are easily understood, and then the Big 12, which is either going to be BYU or Texas Tech. All those are really good teams. They're all going to be in. The other team that right now would be the ACC winner. It would either be Duke or Virginia. Virginia is ranked 17th here. They're going to be in no matter what. And then Duke automatically would be in. I don't think there's any chance in the world that Virginia could get in with a loss. So they're rolled out. So ACC is definitely getting somebody in no matter what there. So let's go to the other one. Well, actually, you know what? I guess they are the winner, so they have to get somebody in at that point. My thinking is the top 5, because let's say this happens, and I'm going to start with you, Mark. The Sun Belt, we have James Madison ranked 25th. They win. Either North Texas or Tulane, they're both in the top 20 or 24. They win. And then Duke takes out Virginia. Is there any chance that they would say with the ACC, we're going to leave you out in the cold because Duke isn't even ranked that high? And that would mean that they're not even in the top 25. Would they leave them out?
Yeah, I think they would. And I think that also goes into some really great angles on how to attack these 3 games, right? I'll start with the Virginia-Duke game. Virginia has to win big. They have to absolutely dominate Duke, because if it's a close game, it becomes that. You've got a Miami team that's ranked higher than Virginia, yet they didn't win the conference championship. ACC automatically drops.
Wow. That would be chaos.
Then you go with the James Madison, who is playing Troy, who they're favored by 23 in this thing. They have to win huge. The over is set at 48, and I think JMU puts up at least 49. Okay? Because this is their last chance to make a statement and say, hey, we deserve a shot. The interesting game, though, for me is going to be Tulane and North Texas, because whoever wins that game, the other one automatically drops. There's absolutely zero chance that the loser gets in.
Right.
However, I think all 3 of these games have to be blowout wins by whoever's going to win this for them to make a case to get in.
Wow. That is, I think Virginia, if they win no matter what, they get in, in my opinion. I think this all could play out very very much into the chaos of that Robbie wants. Robbie, any way you see this within those last three championship, divisions or whatever they're called, conferences, is there any chance we see chaos out of this?
Probably so. I do have some thoughts. James Madison, you better be glad this is your game where you might put up 49 points, because you're getting a guy who has a pop-up coloring book for a head coach next season. You won't even sniff 49 points in the first 5 weeks of next season. So enjoy the ride, boys. Tulane needs to lose because my head coach doesn't need to be in the AAC or whatever absolute crap conference is out there. He needs his ass in Gainesville getting me some recruits and getting these boys ready. So I hope North Texas rolls. James Madison, I hope you score as many points as you can, because you won't score more than 20 next year. And yeah, going to be some chaos, and I'm here for it. And if Duke wins, just put them in, because why not at this point? Just put them
in. See, I agree. Mike brings up a great point. Duke is not getting in, even if they win. I think if Duke wins the ACC, they're doing the committee a favor.
Yeah, we'll see. This is I hope it's complete chaos, just for the fact that we get more of this from Robbie, because the chaos aspect of this has been a lot of fun. I think everybody in the chat loves it as well. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to our Friday picks, but let's go ahead and hear from Seabass first.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors: original, hot, and no salt. That's going to turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
Thanks again, Seabass. I don't know if y'all are aware he did that in one take, but we're going to the ice tonight. Jamie Benn to get 1+ point at -105. Honestly, if you took a dart and you threw it at any player on the Dallas Stars roster, you're probably going to cash, because when I look up player props for this game, it seems like every one on that top 6 has a goal or a point in their last 10 games against the Sharks. But I'm going to roll with Jamie Benn, because to get 1 point is -105, and I don't want to try to play somebody to get 2 points. But Dallas in itself is an absolute wagon right now. He's on the second line with Jason Robertson and Rupe Hintz. That's projected. I haven't confirmed it, but as of this morning, that's where he's going to be. But he's recorded a point in 6 of his last 9 games since returning from injury. And versus San Jose, he has 6 goals and 10 assists for a total of 16 points in his last 10 games against them. Like I said, if you're looking for goal props, take a dart, throw it. Whichever one you hit most is probably going to cash.
Don't call them Xavier. They are the Xavier Musketeers, and I'm taking them on the money line tonight at -125. They are in the crosstown shootout, taking on Cincinnati. And look, we're catching a Cincinnati team that's been shaky as of late. They dropped 2 of their last 4. They failed to cover in 5 straight. And defensively, it tells me everything I need to know. They can protect the rim very well, but they give up massive volume outside shots. This is a Xavier lineup that has completely reinvented itself this season. They've got a smaller, faster lineup, and they can hit from deep. They're shooting over 38% from threes, and they've hit at least 10 threes in 5 straight games. Look for them to fire away and get the win here tonight.
Let's go back to back with my 76ers here. Yeah, they're not my 76ers, but they might just be now. We're going first quarter team total over the 28.5 at -110. When I look at this team, they're honestly one of the best up and down teams that are getting up and down the court. But they're going against a team in Milwaukee who absolutely just isn't good. They just lost Giannis. So when they had Giannis on the court, they were allowing 30 first quarter points on average in the last 10 games. Well, now the 6 games without Giannis, they were allowing 30.7. And then they allowed 5 of the 6 teams to go over the 28.5 in the first quarter. They're just not a good team. Philly is where they're averaging 32.6 in the first quarter. So I expect Philly to get going up and down again early in this game and cash it for us. Zach Edey. Zach Edey is a large man let's go ahead and take him over 12.5 rebounds at plus 114. He had 19 rebounds against the Clippers just last week. He's had 15 rebounds in 5 straight games. The only outlier was when he got hit in the head by Nikola Jokic and got sent to the bench and was concussed for the game. So we're not counting that one. We're going to throw that one out. But Zach Edey over 12.5 rebounds is like a layup for us. And so we're going to cash Mr. Zach Edey again tonight. All right. Should be another good Friday night. We've already had our Saturday games that we're discussing already that we've discussed on Saturday. Yes, sir.
Who were you on Friday night?
Zach Edey.
That's what I thought. We need to get that recorded.
Mr. Michael Klein says Xavier money line is now at minus 110. You had it at what earlier, Mark?
It was at minus 125 this morning.
Wow. So should we be worried?
No, if you can get it at this price, I think absolutely. And I think if you can get it at minus 110, you can probably get it at minus 1.5 for even or plus money. I would go that route as well.
All right. So you should obviously go take the minus 110. I'm going to look at it real quick. What time do they play tonight?
7:30.
7:30 your time. All right. So I see minus 110 currently at Caesar. Everywhere has it at minus 110 except for FanDuel has minus 114 and DK minus 115. So you're right. So Michael's right. So pretty much there is big books that do have this. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't an outlier book just like something that not everybody has access to, as long as it's one of the big three of MGM, FanDuel, and DK. So I just wanted to share that.
That kind of pisses me off because I grabbed it this morning at minus 125.
Welcome to my world, betting player props on Wednesdays and seeing better lines come Sunday.
Damn it.
I can't cash out.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, we do have some plays on Saturday. I do not. So let's go ahead and get to them before we get to the NFL. Mark, let's start with you.
Yeah, I talked about it in the Ohio State-Indiana game. I expect Georgia and Alabama to follow a similar game script. I'm going to take the total under 48.5 at minus 105. Look, these two teams already are in the playoffs. There is nothing to gain, only everything to lose. They're not going to be exposing any kind of big play sets or anything that they're drawing up for the playoffs. Look for a very conservative game script, chew up a lot of clock, very low points scored in this one. The fact the under has hit in 4 of the last 5 meetings. Last year, it went over simply because of the overtime game. I don't expect them to get in overtime this year. Take the under.
Yeah, I kind of lean with Mark. I see a 24-21 final, but I'm going to take UGA on the money line because I don't like doing point spreads because I suck at doing those, but I'm pretty good at money lines. And honestly, whatever sports book you have will probably give you a 30% boost. I use mine at FanDuel because they give me the bigger max bet. So I grabbed this at minus 103 with the boost, but I'm rolling with them dogs over Bama. And it has to do with one person, the bowl cut bandit, Kirby Smart. This guy doesn't lose twice to the same team very often. And Nick Saban isn't coaching Alabama. Kayla DeBumass is coaching Alabama. So I expect Georgia to come out and roll. And if they're not winning by halftime, live bet the money line because he's one of the best second half guys to adjust in any game. But I see Georgia winning. I hope that Alabama loses big. And the committee says we can't put these bums in. Take Georgia. If you want to take the spread, I don't mind that either. Like I said, I just suck at those. So I just took them on the money line.
All right. Well,
you know what, DG, to kind of back up what Robbie just said. If you want to live bet Georgia, Alabama has been a first half team.
Okay.
Georgia plays comfortably from behind. I love that idea of grabbing a great line in the first half for Georgia to win the second half. They're a second half team. They close them out. Alabama is a fast starter, but they no longevity.
I know the record. And the 1 year Bama beat them in the regular season, he came out and spanked their ass 33-18 in the national title game. So I know the record, but I don't see Bama beating them twice.
The bowl cut bandit's going to spank their ass is what I heard. That's all. It doesn't matter. The bowl cut bandit. I'll hang out with that all day. Let's talk a little bit about yesterday because I forgot to bring this up. But UC Irvine, a minus 12.5. The model play cashed, but was it sweat free, Mark?
Hell no. Do you know what a kind of a degenerate I felt like? at 12:30, just after midnight, going. I'm watching it on my phone with this ESPN app, and I'm like, oh, come on! You got to get to 13. Got to get to. They won by 13.
That's funny. So UC San Diego, UCSD. There is no lineup yet, but I'll definitely have. I'll have a play on them somehow. They're my favorite college basketball team outside of the Dukies right now. But we had some comments in there. TJ said, "Love that I came around on Zach Edey." Yeah, I hate it that the Grizzlies drafted him. There's so much, like, the Grizzlies are just a complete shit franchise right now, mainly led by Ja Morant, who's a complete moron.
Hit the siren.
So at this point,
off the rails.
Give me Zach Edey. He sucks too, but my God, we'll lumber around with a 350-pound dude just because he's bigger, the Jolly Green Giant. So yeah, he is good. I will accept that. Better than I expected. But damn, our franchise just sucks. And so much like the Cowboys, I don't want to talk about it either. Let's move on to this other one real quick. Taj is asking, do we ladder Josh Edey rebounds? And I looked at it, and the number for Josh Giddey, he said Josh Giddey, right? I'm not okay. Josh Giddey. His number is at 10.5 for his rebound line. My God, I don't know how we can ladder that, but I believe you. I trust you, but he's let me down before on his rebounds, and so it worries me. But 11 rebounds out of Josh Giddey. I know he's done it 3 of the last 4, looks like 7 of the last 10 games, but I just eventually you have a ceiling as a guard, and so that's the only thing I would worry about.
Can we reverse ladder that?
No,
the under.
I would not. He's going against Indiana, who they suck worse than the Grizzlies just in general. And so I would not do that. But yes, I think that number, the line looks right. On Taj is asking about it. Like the number and the line looks right. 10.5 is right where it is. The reason is because as a guard, I know he plays more of a bigger guard. He's going to have less chances on the interior to grab those rebounds. They have to kick enough. And so I just don't love a number that big for a guard, even though he's really good at rebounding. He's always around the ball. And so I do like it. I just don't know if I would ladder. He'll probably have 25 now, more than likely. All right. And then last one, Rich. Robbie, this one's for you. He cashed out after we cashed on the touchdown for Dave Montgomery and then the 2 goals there in hockey. And so I don't know what that cash out was, but it had to be like at least plus 1,000 for sure.
Definitely more than you put in. That's probably a decent one.
No doubt. All right, let's talk about the NFL because there is some games that are coming up, and there is some really good divisional games. There's NFL. We're talking about Week 14. I can't believe we're already here. Week 14 is going to be really good, in my opinion. Mark, let's start with you on this one. Is there a game that you're looking forward to the most?
I think there's a couple. Obviously, you got the Packers-Bears. I think that's going to be a very interesting game. Should be at least a very interesting game. Of course, you got my Chargers in Philadelphia. What are you talking about? Who?
They don't play on Sunday.
That's Monday, you ding dong.
You asked me what I was looking for this Week 14. It falls into that parameters.
Any chance to talk about the
San
Diego Chargers? Yeah, they're not even there anymore. They've left their first love. Robbie, let's go to you. Where are you looking at with NFL Week 14 on Sunday, sir?
Oh man, that Titans-Browns game just screams excitement. Now, I actually probably the Jaguars and Colts and the Bengals and Bills, because the Bengals still have a small glimmer. I don't see them getting in, but they get T. Higgins back. They'll have T. Higgins and Chase, and so yeah, that might be an interesting game to watch. But yeah, the Colts Jaguars, it's going to be rainy, going to be ugly, but that one has the most at stake to me, just because they're at AFC South and I'm around Tennessee Titans fans. So I have to hear about it all the time.
Yeah, and I definitely not watching that. I did see that Derek had his saloon shot has to do with Shedeur Sanders, which I don't feel good about it already. But you know what, Derek? That's on you. That's your saloon shot. We'll get to that here in just a little bit, because I can't trust anything to do with the Browns offense. Like it makes me nervous just watching them. But they are playing the Titans, who they suck too. And so it's the suck off. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but it's
Wow.
definitely going to be a bad game.
Wouldn't have went that route. But,
Yeah.
you know, they made Quinshawn Judkins may have a big game in that one. That's all I would ever touch in that game is Quinshawn Judkins.
Do you think that this is the game Cam Ward, though, actually gets to come out of his shell?
No, because one, the defensive line of Cleveland's actually stout, and Myles Garrett may get 10 sacks against him against that bum-ass offensive line the Titans are going to trot out. So, no, I don't foresee that at all. He's not going to be good until the Titans give him some help. I really wish he hadn't got drafted there because I think he was a good quarterback coming out, but he's going to be dead in like 2 years on that team.
So, is it? But I mean, because this is the showdown, right? That everybody was kind of bracing themselves for Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders. You got the top draft picks. I mean, they were talking ish between each other about who should be going first. I kind of lean towards Cam Ward to be like, yo, shut up.
Yeah. Only problem is Myles Garrett's on the other side, and you got Myles Garrett versus Jeffrey Simmons. Two good players, but I'm going to take the side that Myles Garrett's
murder is what that sounds like. Murder.
Better keep his helmet on, or you're going to get Mason Rudolph. For sure.
God, that's just dangerous. But I'm glad that somebody agrees with me. Nate G, very much. New segment for Bad Games.
Do not feed the bears. What is the matter with you?
Presented to you by OnlyFans.
Call us. I'm not too proud.
I'll pick up the phone. Just make sure it's not from says spam risk. I can't answer those ones. Those are not friends of mine. Even though they say they're friends, I don't think they're friends. No. But I think that I'm looking at that Packers and Bears game. It's always a divisional rivalry, and that should be a game that, in all honesty, has playoff implications, and it should be a really good game just overall. But the other one I'm looking at is Texans Chiefs. That's the one I'm looking to the most.
Interesting.
I think that the Texans are really good defensively, and I think if they cannot suck enough and just be decent on offense, I think they have a chance to win this game. I have a play in that game here coming up in a second, but I think that we're looking at a really good look of, if you lose this game, you have zero chance of making the playoffs. But if you win this, you have everything in front of you if you can play together, because the Chiefs are good enough to get in, even though I believe they're 5-5 or 6, whatever the number is. They're right at even, and same thing for the Texans. I think both have a really good chance to get into the playoffs if they can win this game. Loser leaves town match, in my opinion. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Just overall, but it is a good, it might not look like a sexy week for games, but I think that these have so many playoff implications that we'll look back on it and say, hey, these actually were some really good games coming this late into the season. So we will see. But the Cowboys, they're not going to be there, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and get to our plays. Robbie is starting us off on Sunday. You got a little double dipper, and you're going back to the well once again.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have a show last week, because this probably would have been on there, and then he got the bubble guts on Saturday night and didn't show up. But I'm going to go with Tyler Warren, 10-plus first quarter receiving yards at -115. Why? Because it's hitting every game but 3 this season. He's playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and this is going to be a huge matchup. But I foresee Daniel Jones leaning on Tyler Warren early and often. He's beat up. He's got a beat-up leg. I think they're going to have to get him involved. It's also going to be raining a lot in this one, so we could see a lot of sloppy play. I like Daniel Jones to target his guy early and often in the first quarter, and we cash this. Second play I'm going to go to is Devon Achane. He's one, other than Kyron Williams, his numbers went the opposite direction, I guess because of his ankle. This is the only play left from Robbie's radar that actually you can play now. All the other numbers have gone up. But I'm taking his 18-plus longest rush. Look, man, he has been hot as of late. He's playing against the New York Jets, which, I mean, my God, they suck. They're averaging 20.1 for the longest rush in 10 games. Achane has 18-plus longest rush in 4 straight games. His average longest rush is 28.1. I just think they're going to keep feeding the beast. I see Miami rolling on them, and I see Achane having a huge day on Sunday.
These ones should be very easy. Other than Brandon Aubrey, these are the 2 best kickers in the National Football League right now. So we're going to go with Jason Myers, Michael Myers' brother. We're going to go over 8.5 kicking points. It's at plus 106. Why? Well, as you know what Michael Myers does, he kills his people, just like Jason Myers is going to kill these field goals this week, going against the Falcons who give it up freely. Yeah, we're going over 8.5 kicking points at plus 106. And then Kaimi Fairbairn, just talked about it there in the Chiefs and the Texans game. They've given up the last couple of weeks a lot of field goals. And so we're going to look for you can't play these lines on the 2+ field goals on each of them. So we went to the kicking points. But looking at Fairbairn, he's done this, and I think it is 8 of the 12 games this season. And so because of that, Kaimi Fairbairn kicks 2, maybe 3 field goals in this game as the Texans stall out in the red zone. So we'll go ahead and cash this at another plus 105.
I am going with the little Jimmy Buffett, fins to the left, fins to the right, and a little synergy with Robbie. Why? Because I think the Dolphins do roll in this thing. Yes, we all know the fish never fare well in cold weather, is what I was trying to say. And is it going to be cold? Yes, but the Jets are horrendous. This is probably the worst Jets team that this Miami's team has faced in a long, long time. Look for them to feed A-Chain the ball, chew up the clock, get the win in New York. Well, New Jersey. Then I'm going with the Rams to roll. We're going to go with Matthew Stafford to get over 259.5 passing yards at minus 115. What the hell kind of a number is that? That's just under 260 passing yards. I know how to do the math. Here's the reason why I love this spot for Stafford and the Rams. I think this is going to be a much more competitive game. Kyle Murray has been ruled out for the entire season. They just handed over the starting quarterback role to Jacoby Brissett. That is a boost of confidence. This Cardinals team has been better under Brissett simply because he can see over the linemen. Look for this thing to be a little bit closer than people suspect, meaning Matthew Stafford gets to throw the ball. And why? Because he has the best receiving core in the league. Look for him to clear 260 easily. I'd like him all the way up to 300.
Wow, a little 300 game from Matty Stafford. I almost called him Matty Ice, but reserved that one for Matt Ryan. All right, I like those. Those are 12 plays. We also gave you some extra ones. JMU game tonight. Mark likes the over to go over by 100, it sounded like. I do like their team total for James Madison because we're playing into narrative street. And so because of that, they have to somehow score. I believe it was 34.5 is the number there. And so if you like that, go ahead and get it. It's just some leans that we're on. Also, look on the site for justicestatsports.com. We'll have more plays up. You can use the code DATA100 for your first month, 50% off. I'll definitely have some type of UCSD play up on the site. But, Robbie, I know we have a friend that is angry about the NCAA men's basketball lines never coming out until the last possible minute. It pisses us both off. Who is my friend that is mad about this as well?
That would be Preston Boom Boom Bostein. Look, he has a newborn, so he should be awake anyway. I don't want to hear him complaining.
Wow. Yeah, complaining. Yeah, we don't need him doing plays if he is sleep deprived. I'm not sure. We're going to check against the stats. Sleep deprived, boom, boom, or non-sleep deprived. But I had no idea he had a new kiddo.
Well, I mean, kind of new this year. So he's still going through the nightly wake-ups. But, hey, that's what they make pre-workout for. So gymsups.com, Denson Gym, save you 15% off.
Shameless plugs.
Right. All right, let's get to this thing that we have called Shoot Your Shot, because we do have the Shoot Your Shot champion of the world. Let's see who's in the saloon. And yes,
Good God.
I asked before the show started, do I need to add another mug to Kimberly White? Because my God, she continues to collect these like Pokemon chips or whatever we're doing these days, whatever the kids are saying or doing. I don't know what's happening, but yes, she's collecting these things like Pokemon chips. But we're all in, everyone but Mark. Congratulations, everybody. Everybody's in. Everybody is practically in except for you. Derek's not in. I see Derek. Joe is the first. I'm looking through our chat just to see if anybody's not in because, you and Derek. That's it. All right.
And Mr. Nonsense.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Nonsense working a lot these days, not able to catch our show live. So shout out to Mr. and Miss Nonsense, but Mr. Nonsense very much working harder. You got to work smarter, which means you don't have to work as hard. That's what I do, at least. All right, let's get to our plays this week. And Robbie, we'll let you start us off. What you got?
Yeah, I don't know who's watching, so I work hard all the time. Anyway, Saloon Shot. We're going to go Zay Flowers plus 1,100. Pittsburgh Games has seen a wide receiver score the first touchdown in 3 of their last 5, usually to the other opponent. Zay Flowers hasn't scored since Halloween. He's due. He's going to score first.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and go to the money guy. That's what people are calling him. Instead of Kyle Manungai, it's Kyle Money Guy. We're going to go his first tutter here at plus 1,100. And I think he gets in. And it's funny. This was the easiest slide graphic to make, Mark, because all we did was switch our picks from 2 weeks ago. So you're going with Psycho T, and I've already struck out on him. So has Robbie. So I want to just put.
So have I.
Just hitting your head against the brick wall is what I wanted to put on here, but I chose Psycho T anyway.
Yeah, it's just like going back to your ex, right? It's just a bad. It feels bad. You know it's not right, but no, all the numbers line up.
It can feel good sometimes.
Could be.
I don't know who's watching. No, it doesn't.
Not anymore. Not since 2007. But
No,
you
it
know
doesn't.
where my exes are at.
No, it doesn't, honey.
Texas.
Look, this one's simple. Tyler Warren has not been the first touchdown receiver in the last 5 games. However, he was in the first 5 games. Or, excuse me, in the last 10, he's been the first touchdown scorer in 3 of those, which means that he's had a 5-game stretch where he hasn't seen the end zone first for the Colts. Why do I like this play? Because I think they finally get him back on track. He is due. And the Colts in the last 5 games have been the team to score the first touchdown in the last 5 and 8 of the last 10. Don't let me down, Psycho.
He's definitely a psycho. Mark, I do have a question because I love the nickname Psycho T. Do you know whose actual nickname that is? He played college basketball, but also he played in the NBA. And Joven points out, had a bad NBA career, wasn't very good in the NBA, but he's really good in college.
Psycho T.
You
No.
don't know. All right. Robbie?
Psycho T is what I call when I put whiskey in it. I have no idea.
That's great.
It's like, what?
It is. It's the guy from North Carolina. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but yes, he was very much.
Tyrese Halliburton?
No, he played for North Carolina.
Thinking of the other. I thought it was.
What is his name? Yes, Gerald Henderson hitting with an elbow. I see that from Joe, and just smoked his nose and blew him up. Tyler Hansbrough. Thank you.
That's who.
Hansbrough.
Psycho T. Tyler Hansbrough. He amazing in college, but not very good in the NBA. Just because you got to have a little wiggle, and he had no wiggle to his game, and so at that point, he was just a stiff walking around.
Just a stick, man.
Yeah,
it was this.
But those are our plays. Zay Flowers, Kyle Manungai, and Tyler Warren. Those are our saloon shots. Let's see what everybody else has. Derek, he opened the show with his, so he's excited about it. I'm gonna go because this is some player props. I'm gonna go to you, Robbie. I need you to give me let's do the grading scale. A to F, right? And we can go A+, A-, A's, whatever. You can go lower than that. Let's give him a grade on this one. Shador Sanders, he's going over 185 and a half pass yards. Brissett under 253.5. Brissett is going against
Matthew Stafford.
The Rams.
And then Caleb Williams over 193.5 passing yards. Beck under 20.5 receiving yards at plus 1,200.
Okay. So Shador, there is a possibility for Shador because he does have 2 good tight ends, and he's got Dylan Sampson. That's a great pass catching running back. I don't trust any of his wide receivers. Jerry Jeudy can't catch a cold, so it's kind of crazy there. Now Jacoby Brissett is interesting. The Rams defense is stout, and they don't have Marvin Harrison, and the only way that happens is if there's a lot of garbage time. I think Caleb Williams, Micah Parsons is going to eat him alive. As long as Rome Odunze gets his, I don't care. And the Beck, I'll be completely honest with you, I have no idea who that is.
I'm trying to think who Beck is. I want to say that he plays for the Cardinals. I cannot remember who that is, but I've seen his name somewhere. He's like the 3rd receiver on a team. I just cannot remember who it is. But let us know, Derek, who in the world Beck is, because I cannot remember.
I can't either.
I can't remember who it is. So, yeah, let us know on that one. All right, we're going to go to I see that we have this Mike Metzger, right?
I don't hate that one.
This got to be him, right?
Yeah, that's Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Tony.
Everybody, since the names changes, I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Derrick Henry, 2 touchdowns and 120 rushing yards for a plus 1,100.
I like
Mark?
Honestly, I don't hate that.
Mark, do you like it?
Wow, 120 rushing yards. They're playing
Steelers.
Oh yeah, you know what? I don't not like that.
He has 348 rushing yards in his last 2 games against him. So
God,
there is, yeah,
easy.
So,
all right, maybe he'll show up. All right, well, let's go to this one. TJ's got a hockey one. Whoever wants to take it. Logan Cooley, Cutter Goldchain, Pavel Dora, who cares? 1+ goal each at plus 26.72.
I love Cooley and Goldchain.
And that's Dorofeyev, and I don't hate that either. I think Tosh put New Jersey Devils plus money to beat the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hate that because the Golden Knights are starting Akira Schmid. I think that's how you say his name. Yeah,
Schmid.
Akira Schmid. Akira Mid is what he's going to be tonight because I like that play. I think the Devils win.
All right. So
whip out some goalie stats. Is that what you're going to do?
Who does Pavel, who cares, play for?
He plays for the Golden Knights, pretty sure. That's who Golden Knights.
Okay. Cooley?
Utah.
You should know him very well.
Come on, man.
Touchdown. They put a touchdown on your Ducks the other night.
We're not talking about it. All right. Cutter Goldchain should score at least 5 times tonight, so it should not be a problem.
He should. He's let me down 2 times this week. Surely he can do something.
I wonder what 2 goals is. 2 goals plus 1,000 for Goldchain?
Probably for him. The Ducks are on their 3rd goalie right now, though, man. It's going to be some rough waters for the Ducks.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, they're on Ville Husso.
Yeah.
Who?
Ville Husso.
Who?
So
Derek says he is a rookie for the Raiders. Is Beck, and so
from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yep, played for ISU and TCU. Lafayette. Yeah,
and Nate is absolutely right. He did have a hell of a 2021. Unfortunately for the Ducks, we are in 2025, and it hasn't gone so well for him lately. He gave up 3 goals in the first period.
Ovi is scoring a goal tonight. I have a feeling Ovi's
Dostal, whatever his name is, should be back in the next couple of weeks. So it's not going to be forever. But
Dostal.
Same thing.
Lafayette.
Tomato.
You got me there, Mark.
All right. Well, that's all we got for the today's show. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We're obviously looking forward to this weekend. Should be a good time. We have some shorts up that we put up the last couple of days. We put up Robbie's radar. Those ones are up as well. We're going to continue to do that. We're trying to see what we're going to shift to, because as we're coming to a close, we have a month and a half of the NFL left. Is that right? No, maybe because they play February, the first weekend of February, right? Is the Super Bowl?
Correct.
Yes.
So we're looking at, let's just say 2 months of the NFL left, and then we're going to, then we're going to have to move away from that to more of the college football, to NBA, to Major League Baseball, which is coming up very soon. But we do have those. We're going to continue to keep putting up our shorts and adjusting and making changes. And we're having fun, just kind of flowing a little bit right now. But yes, 9 weeks after Sunday is what Kim says is what we have. So roughly it's right at 2 months. We're not sure. Joe, great question. Behind the scenes, I'm busy up to my eyeballs in my real job. I say I don't work hard. I'm joking. I've been working hard all day, all week. This is the worst part of the year for me because 2026 is literally around the corner. And so it's tough because if we do it, I know who has to edit these stupid shorts and put them out, and that's me. And so we're trying to figure out if we're going to or not. But I do have a question. I don't mean to talk about this live on a recording, but Mark, did we ever pay out Tony? I don't think we ever did. If we did not, that is on me.
I got you. Whoever we owe, I got it this time because I'm pretty sure I didn't contribute to the last two.
I just don't remember. It happened between Thanksgiving, so we'll talk about this after the show. But Tony, if you're still watching this, I need your Venmo, or we need your Venmo we'll figure it out. We need your Venmo. We'll get you because I believe but I'm not sure about Overdrive. If it happens, we'll let you know on socials. But as of right now, we're not planning on it, but we might change our minds one way or the other if we think we can figure it out. But
I'm down to do it. Lord knows I can't get any worse. So
that's one way to get the people involved. You suck. I'm going to suck. We're all suck. They're definitely going to win at this point. So be looking for that. We'll try to get one out this weekend to make sure we have everything. But that's all we have for the show today. Thank you all for hanging out with us and making us a part of your day. Hopefully, we are the best part of your day. But we'll see you all throughout the weekend. Sunday Night Football halftime show coming up. What do you want, Mark?
Just going to say, Tony just responded. I think I have Tony's Venmo, and because he's in the Fantasy Football League, I think I have his Venmo and the email, so Tony will take care of you today.
Yeah.
We're blaming Mark then. We're blaming Mark.
Why are you blaming me?
As always.
Because you had the information and you did not give it to us. Disappointed, Mark.
It's just dawned on me.
I'm just sorry. I'm just sorry to Tony, man. I'm sorry.
Been a long time, Tony. I apologize for Mark. Not for anybody else, for Mark.
They're so sorry they're going to add interest on that for you, Tony.
We're not doing that.
Definitely not.
We'll see you Sunday night.